Okay. My name is Jot Stevens, J-O-T, jot that down. And what's your name?
Fred Bull.
Fred Bull.
B-U-L-L.
Say that again?
B-U-L-L, the animal.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, Fred, tell me about that blue thing. That's a, what?
It's a 1952 Lanz Bulldog, made in Germany, single cylinder, 10.3 litre.
10.3 liter, one cylinder.
One cylinder, 55 horsepower.
Oh, cow.
Top rev, full revs is about 700.
700 RPMs.
Yeah.
Now, did you have to rebuild the motor in that?
No, motor hasn't been touched.
It hasn't been touched other than a paint job.
Yep.
Oh,
we had to do some of the pipes and washers and so on around the radiator cores. They're all separate little cores. But the motor internally wasn't touched at all.
Man. Now, how many do you think? Was this a viable tractor back in the day? Were there a lot of these here?
Hundreds of these in Canterbury. They were just a real cheap, easy to maintain, good pulling tractor. Very heavy in the back end. Put their powers onto the ground a lot better than a lot of the lighter ones could. 1 gallon an hour.
1 gallon an hour?
Yep. The first one's out ran on crude oil.
That was my next question, was what does it run on?
Yeah, this one's diesel. But the earlier ones in the 1930s and early 40s ran on crude. In fact, they'd run on anything. You could melt butter and pour in there, or canola oil. They'd run on anything. Now,
I see a spark plug on that thing. Will that run on gas also? Or does it just start on gas? Or how do you even get it running?
Well, this one you've got two options for starting it. The spark plug, it's a different plug. It's called a buzz box, and you can have a battery and run a continuous spark through there. Start it on petrol. As soon as it's hot enough, convert it to diesel. But this one, I start it with a blow lamp. That heats a hot bulb and start it straight on diesel. Spin the flywheel by hand. And you spin it in reverse so that it goes back against the compression, fires and runs forward. But you can stall them and get them to run backwards as well, but you can't leave them running backwards too long because the oil is the wrong way.
That's right. So it could actually end up running backwards.
The first Bulldogs didn't have a reverse gear. You stalled them, made the engine run backwards, backed out, and then stalled them and got it in forwards again, just by giving the accelerator a bit.
That's amazing. Now, tell me a little about this. How do you say that?
Chamberlain.
Chamberlain.
They were Australian-built tractors. That one's about 1960. They were bought out by John Deere. John Deere also bought Lanz.
No kidding.
Closed it down 2 years later, and then they bought Chamberlain in Australia and closed them down, so it got rid of the opposition.
That's why they bought it, huh?
They were a brilliant tractor in their day, Chamberlain. Very basic.
In the States, we had a Minneapolis Moline that they made for the farmer who only wanted one vehicle to be able to go to church and to drive. And it looked similar to that, but it wasn't a rag top. It was completely enclosed. Well, hey, I know you got to get going, but
get these round to the parade.
This has been a real pleasure. Thank you.
Good to meet you.
Yep.
All the best.